G'day everyone and welcome to Dubbo.
Jackie and I were super excited about our visit to Dubbo because we were going on a Zoofari. But first we had important business to attend to. We left the beautiful Willie Retreat in the Macquarie Marshes, which had been our home for 4 nights, and we pointed our ram and caravan in the direction of Warren.
Stopped in Warren for something to eat. Down by the river are the trees. The gum trees are just massive. Just look at the size of this tree behind me. It's a monster. Beautiful. We're in Narromine. Oh, it's a big day. A big day driving today. 2.5 hours. Too long a day.
With a total of 220 kilometres to get to Dubbo, it was far too big a journey for poor Jackie and I. But with a Herculean effort, we arrived at our destination.
Home for the next few days.
Blizzardfield Campground would do us nicely.
Our first morning here in Dubbo. It's a beautiful day. Beautiful, beautiful day. And we'll be heading to the zoo in a couple of days. Oh, I can't wait for that.
But first, I needed to get my bike fixed. Well, after breakfast, of course.
Oh, it's closed.
And it's closed. Hopefully there's another bike shop here in Dubbo. Second time lucky.
I left my rear wheel at Wheeler's Cycles to see if they could nut out the problem, and then Jackie and I headed over to the old Dubbo Gaol.
I really hope I can leave Wayne here.
The old Dubbo Gaol is a must-see. This remarkably complete and intact jail operated for 119 years from 1847 to 1966. And you'll find the jail nestled in the main street of Dubbo.
G'day, mate.
Let me out.
This is where history comes to life, as we wandered through the historic grounds of Old Dubbo Gaol, where origins of a courthouse lock-up in 1847 evolved over time as the town and region grew alongside the crimes brought about by greed, hunger and poverty. The exhibitions here are immersive displays that share stories of suffering and loneliness for even the most hardened criminals. And a new feature of the old Dubbo Gaol is the Gallows Gallery. Death, murder and execution. The Gallows Gallery tells the story of hanged men and their crimes.
Okay, Wayne, I'll see you later.
All packed and heading off to Wellington for a few days.
Well, Ponto Falls to be exact. We postponed our Zoofari because we were meeting some very special guests at the beautiful Ponto Falls.
Oh, we've arrived at Ponto Falls and this is where we're going to meet Ian and Jenny. This will be home for 3 days. 3 or 4 days.
And whilst we were waiting, we thought we'd go paddleboarding on the beautiful Macquarie River. And I found the perfect job for our blower.
We're down by the river. Getting in's a little hard. I've almost fallen in. At least Jacqueline's on.
Ponto Falls is only 40 minutes from Dubbo. This beautiful big grassy campground on the banks of the Macquarie River is a free camp with toilets and a dump point. The campsites that are situated along the banks of the Macquarie River are suitable for fully self-contained caravans and big rigs. Pets are allowed with conditions, and campers are limited to 14 days maximum stay. And I'll tell you what, Jackie and I could have stayed the 14 days easily. And as cattle roamed freely through the camp, we found ourselves wondering what had happened to our mates, Ian and Jenny.
Well, we were supposed to be joined by Ian and Jenny, but unfortunately their motorhome has broken down today. So it's just Jackie and I.
Well, wasn't Jackie a lucky girl? She had me all to herself. Well, me and the 1,000 birds that call Ponto Falls home. The next morning we were up bright and early, ready to seize the day. So after a big breakfast, we decided to head to the town of Wellington. It sits by the Macquarie and Bell rivers in the Great Western Plains region of New South Wales. You know what, quite often we measure a town by how good its war memorial is. And I'll tell you what, Wellington, it doesn't disappoint. Look at that. Wellington has long been known for its rich history and breathtaking natural beauty, nestled in the foothills of the Mount Arthur Reserve where the Bell and Macquarie rivers meet. So after a lovely pub lunch at the Cow and Calf, Jackie and I then drove the 10 kilometres to the Wellington Caves. We booked a cave tour, and whilst we were waiting, we checked out the Osawanu Japanese gardens and the megafauna display. The Osawanu Japanese Garden was established in 1999 with 1,500 individual plant specimens being planted, including 126 different species. This scenic garden is located right next to one of Wellington's greatest attractions, the Wellington Caves. Home of the first megafauna discovery in Australia, the Wellington Caves is a must-see. These caves are a complex system that provides a unique and awe-inspiring insight into natural history. The caves are famous for the cathedral and garden caves, which are lined with beautiful stalagmites and stalactites formed by droplets of water redepositing limestone in the same spot over millions of years. Into the catacombs. Highlights of the cathedral cave tour which we were on include the altar, a 15-metre tall crystal formation, the well, and the site of a fossil dig conducted by Flinders University. The town of Wellington has a lot to offer, and Jackie and I only scratched the surface. Our stay here at Ponto Falls was brilliant, and we were excited for what was next. Well, we've just left Ponto Falls. That place back there is magic. Really enjoyed that. Thanks, Ian and Jenny. Sorry you couldn't make it. Now we're heading back to Dubbo, and we'll be bringing all the behind-the-scenes action of a Zoofari. Just imagine experiencing a slice of Africa without leaving Australia. Jackie and I would be spending the night here at Taronga Park, Western Plains Zoo, so tomorrow morning we'd be waking up in the wild. Our Zoofari package would have us spending the night in a Zoofari lodge positioned beside a stunning savannah, home to giraffes, rhinos, zebra and antelope. This safari-style experience is inclusive of accommodation in a unique lodge, dinner, breakfast, exclusive tours which we were so looking forward to, 2-day zoo entry and bike hire. We've checked in, and when you check in, each couple are an animal, and guess what we are? We're the elephants. Well, at least we won't forget. Once we got settled into our Zoofari accommodation, there was no time to relax, because within half an hour we were on our first Zoofari. We spent the Arvo checking out the cheetah and Dubbo's largest black rhino, Zoofari, who weighs in at over 1,200 kilograms. However, he's only 8 years old and has a long way to go. We watched the lions being fed whilst they wanted to feed on us, and continued our behind-the-scenes tour of the inner workings of the Taronga Western Plains Zoo, Dubbo. And And after watching the exotic ostrich do the dance of the 7 veils, Jacqui and I got to feed the giraffes. What a day! And we finished it with a 5-course meal. The next morning we were up bright and early, and before breakfast we were on our second Zoofari tour. This time we drove through the savannah, getting up close and personal with all the animals.
On the savannah in general, is a baby deer in fact, or even baby antelope?
After that we watched one of the white rhinos get breakfast before we did. Our last stop before we were fed breakfast was the elephant enclosure, watching the elephant keepers groom their elephants. And something interesting you may not know is that these elephants understand 2 languages, Thai and English. After a super tasty breakfast at the Zoofari Lodge, we jumped on our complimentary bikes. Although I have to say, after riding one of their analogue bikes, I was really missing my e-bike. Oh, and just to keep you abreast of my bike situation, whilst Jacqui and I were here enjoying the zoo, Wheeler's Cycles in Dubbo had informed me my rear wheel was cactus. So I sourced a new wheel at the Giant Bicycle store in Mudgee and had them send it over to Wheeler's Bicycles so they could swap everything over. Jacqui and I finished our day at the zoo visiting the new Taronga Wildlife Hospital, and seeing as Jackie's a nurse, they had her take some x-rays.
Here, Nurse Jacqui has taken some x-rays of some of the animals here. What else have you got for us,
Yep,
Jacqui?
I've got a female turtle here.
Turtle,
She was hit by a car and she's got severe head injuries. This is a shingleback.
Oh, shingleback.
Yeah, shingleback
Did you
skin.
take that today?
No, I took that one yesterday. And this one is an echidna.
Oh, yes.
And you can see all of its quills.
What a big week we've had in Dubbo. And now it's time to give it a score. This last week in Dubbo has been an absolute blast. I've loved every minute of it, especially Ponto Falls, Wellington Caves, and of course, Dubbo Zoo. I'm giving the whole experience 5 out of 5. What about you, Jacqui?
I totally agree. Everything was just absolutely fantastic. We loved the zoo, loved the Wellington Caves. Ponto Falls, which is free camping, was absolutely fantastic. So I'm giving our whole experience a 5 out of 5. I loved it.
We don't love the flies though. We do not love the flies.
No.
Anyway, hit the like and subscribe button. I'm Artist Wayne.
And I'm Jacqui, and we'll see you next time.
See ya!
Bye.